Welcome back to the Exposure History channel. Be sure to subscribe and like so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Ella Fitzgerald and Marilyn Monroe have a rare moment at the Tiffany Club in Hollywood. The mutual respect between the jazz royalty and the brightest star of Hollywood can be seen in their smiles. This age-old picture glorifies friendship in two worlds. Maria von Trapp goes to the set replaying her life story, where she gets to meet Christopher Plummer, who plays her late husband. She is said to have told him he was much prettier than the real one, and everyone laughed. The scene shows fiction and reality colliding in a Hollywood movie set. The hand-holding of Catherine Ross and Sam Elliott is on a Western set, where the relationship between them is clearly evident. It was not acting chemistry, but the beginning of an actual romance. They would get married after 2 years and live through decades. During filming of The Miracle Worker, Patty Duke encounters Helen Keller burdened by that honor on her face. The appearance of Helen made the production seem real and emotional. The photo shows a young actress facing the legacy that she depicts. At home, Shirley MacLaine and her daughter Sachi made weird faces in front of camera. The love is one aspect that the general public would not have much exposure to, and all they knew about her was that she was a movie star. June Lockhart goes swimming with her cat George in her swimming pool. The cat is seen behaving remarkably peaceful as an animal which does not usually like being around water. This is a humorous picture that shows the fun aspect of Hollywood life when the doors are closed. Jack Pierce carefully adheres his forearm prosthetics to Boris Karloff as his legendary Frankenstein. It required hours per day until the filming started. Pierce was the best makeup person in the world according to Karloff, and he described how he created the most memorable monster in the history of the movie industry. Groucho Marx makes typical faces, and Lucille Ball attempts to suppress the laughter in the radio studio. The candid moment shows their natural comedic instincts were always on display. Both legends found humor in every situation, on camera or off. Vivien Leigh poses as Shakespeare's fairy queen in an elaborate costume with delicate wings. Her ethereal appearance captures the character's magic perfectly. This was years before she'd become immortalized as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. Marlene Dietrich kisses a returning soldier's cheek, while photographers capture the patriotic moment. The actress was known for tireless support of troops during World War II. Her glamorous presence brought a touch of home to men who'd sacrificed so much. Fresh-faced teenager Debbie Reynolds steps onto a studio lot for the first time, carrying her belongings with an excited smile. She has no idea she'll become one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. This photograph captures the moment before fame changed everything. Clint Eastwood and Shirley MacLaine rest between takes of their challenging Western in the Mexican heat. The rugged landscape surrounds them as they catch their breath. Even movie stars need breaks on remote location shoots. Audrey Hepburn is the epitome of grace in a gorgeous Dior dress in a photo shoot with Paris. Every frame is a work of art because of her elegant looks and classic beauty. This is the Hollywood glamour and haute couture in unison. Humphrey Bogart knew that his darkened features were his best-known attribute, and they provided him with character which pretty boys did not have. When he was telling directors, he never advised them to conceal the lines when the film is being shot. Backstage in Las Vegas, Elvis Presley, who has legendarily resided in Las Vegas, meets Sammy Davis Jr., rebels and kindred spirits who were riding motorcycles and breaking boundaries in their industries. This encounter is a sign of respect between two revolutionary artists who transformed entertainment to an all-new level. Elizabeth Taylor kisses Elton John in his dressing room following his electrifying performance in concert. The interest between them displays intergenerational and intermedia friendship. Both knew what it was like to be famous, and they were in need of the company of one another. Marilyn Monroe is relaxing at home with a simple and easy phone call and is in a very easy manner of dressing. The shot depicts her as an ordinary human being and not a glamour girl. These intimate experiences say who the real woman behind the famous picture is. Barbara Stanwyck has become Ruby Stevens, and she is dressed as a Ziegfeld Follies chorus girl. The popular theatrical show propelled young women to the celebrity status in the glamorous period of Broadway. Judy Garland sings a catchy musical tune in her trademark costume, which would be a classic. Even between the takes, her energy and talent shine through. The giant actor sacrificed her work to any extent. James Dean poses in a rebellious manner as he breaks during the work. The slouched stance characterizes the angst of the teenagers. Even when the camera was off, his natural charm dazzled in front of the camera. This captures the essence of what made him an eternal icon despite his short life. Young Michael Caine poses with effortless cool in a professional portrait, his confident gaze showing a star on the rise. He was beginning to make his mark with breakthrough performances. The photograph captures him right before his career exploded internationally. Audrey Hepburn displays striking features and strong personality in a dramatic publicity portrait. Known for independence and refusing to conform to Hollywood beauty standards, her confident expression shows comfort being exactly herself. Sergio Leone directs Clint Eastwood on the Italian Western set, pointing a prop gun. Their collaboration produced the spaghetti Western genre and launched Eastwood to stardom. This shows two artists crafting something revolutionary that influenced countless filmmakers. Anne Bancroft puts on patches over her eyes to pretend that she is blind in her performance as Annie Sullivan. Such commitment to authenticity would get her an Oscar with a film version. In the photo, she is determined to portray the character with honor and precision. Richard Brooks interferes in passing notes to Paul Newman in between makes of emotional moments. The aggressive dialogue reflects how hard the work was to make unforgettable acts. The focus by Newman demonstrates the commitment towards getting each scene perfect. Sharon Tate shows up at the airport with a Bob Dylan tote bag that is in the fashion scene, and she looks fresh and stylish. The actress was adored with her beauty and sugar personality. This is during a promising period before she fell victim to tragedy. In the creative working process, Richard Avedon collaborates with Sophia Loren in his Manhattan studio. Her alluring beauty and his creativity in the world of art were joined together to form memorable magazine images. The intersubjectivity of both the artist and the subject is obvious. Elizabeth Taylor and Rock Hudson take their time in their grandiose Texas film shot in the desert. All the three actors, led by the deceased James Dean, became good friends in the process of the shoot. This is a capture of a silent scene that is a Hollywood masterpiece. Tatum O'Neal is playing with her real father in a Depression-era comedy, and her inherent talent is bringing her a great radiance. She was only 10 years old when she received an Academy Award because of her performance. Elvis Presley and Priscilla Beaulieu get married privately in Las Vegas. The intercourse occurred in the presence of few family and close relatives. Their marriage was among the most expected celebrity marriages of the decade. In the musical movie, George Cukor takes Audrey Hepburn through a detailed ballroom sequence. The manufacturing had to be done carefully in order to produce anticipated grandeur. Their collaboration resulted in a film winning 8 Academy Awards, including Best Director. Julie Andrews and Tony Walton gently hold their newborn daughter Emma, their tender expressions showing love. The actress balances rising career with the joy of motherhood. This private moment captures one of life's most precious experiences away from Hollywood's spotlight. Alfred Hitchcock stands proudly with film canisters representing his legendary career. Each contains a story that terrified and thrilled audiences worldwide. This celebrates a lifetime revolutionizing the thriller genre and influencing countless directors. Dustin Hoffman and Peter O'Toole share a warm embrace at a London premiere, their genuine affection obvious. The image captures friendship between two men at the top of their craft. Their mutual respect transcended different acting styles and backgrounds. Marilyn Monroe and Maria Callas are at the classic presidential birthday party of President Kennedy. Both of the women were in their professional peaks, film and opera. This encounter was Hollywood glamour meeting classical arts perfection. Audrey Hepburn is sitting carelessly on a boat in Switzerland with a fashionable hat to protect the sun. She enjoyed Switzerland and would call it as her permanent home outside Hollywood. This depicts her in a general quiet time without the burden of publicity. Frank and Nancy Sinatra head to the studio to work on a duet which would be a huge hit. The sentimental lyrics were queer between a father and daughter, but suited well. Their take made one of the most memorable pop songs of the 60s. The hands of Anne Bancroft are as if they are flying to her face as she hears her name called at the Oscars. Her emotional response is the winning of the best movie in Hollywood. This is something that is captured by the freezing of a lifelong dream. Grace Kelly is resting in her posh suite at the Carlton Hotel in Cannes in its luxurious film festival. The photo captures her in a candid pose between her performer appearances. Before long, she would be out of Hollywood permanently to be the Princess of Monaco. Gail Sondergaard was initially booked to portray the Wicked Witch, but dropped out because she did not want to transform herself. She demanded to preserve her beauty even when portraying a villainess. Margaret Hamilton eventually produced the childhood memory of the green-faced witch. It is clear that Billy Wilder directs Shirley MacLaine and Jack Lemmon with great joy and enthusiasm. The comfort between them explains why their teamwork had created genius work that earned awards. This is the magic of creativity that made The Apartment an immediate classic. Ally McGraw also photographed quite naturally and in a fashionable way, which qualified her to be a star in fashion photography. She would then go on to succeed in acting after leaving modeling. This is what makes her on the verge of Hollywood success before Love Story. Elsa Lanchester applies touch-ups to her iconic white-streaked hair and dramatic Bride of Frankenstein makeup. Creating the look required hours in the makeup chair each filming day. She remained patient through the uncomfortable process to bring the character to life. Alfred Hitchcock gives precise direction to Kim Novak for the psychological thriller about obsession. Every gesture had to be perfect to achieve his exacting vision. Their collaboration created one of film history's most haunting mysteries. Julie Andrews models the governess wardrobe for her role as Maria in the beloved musical. The practical dresses needed to work for dramatic scenes and energetic musical numbers. These costume tests created the wholesome image audiences cherish from childhood. George Reeves visits Lucy's set in his Superman costume, chatting with the legend between takes. Young Keith Thibodeau looks thrilled to meet his hero. Reeves was wonderful with children, despite his tough on-screen image. Jack Nicholson's signature devilish smile and sunglasses make him instantly recognizable at Cannes. Already a legend known for intense performances and headline-making personality. This captures his trademark charisma and confidence perfectly. Yul Brynner poses dramatically during an Austrian film production. His bald head features commanding attention. His completely shaved head became his signature look throughout his career. This shows why he was one of Hollywood's most distinctive leading men. The handsome features of Errol Flynn and his confident look were the embodiment of Hollywood glamour of the Golden Age. He was known as playing heroes and adventurers in action movies of the thriller genre. This portrait embraces the movie star quality that had appealed across the planet. Mary Tyler Moore focuses on her lines of the breakthrough sitcom that would turn her into a famous person. The sitcom would propel her to stardom and transform television comedy in the history of television. This depicts her on the edge of a great career. This is a picture of Grace Kelly in between her mother and sister during her bridal shower in New York. The small party occurred just prior to her departure out of Hollywood to join Monaco as princess. This is one of her last moments as a typical American woman. The graceful manner and dominating posture of Lauren Bacall occupy the frame with her dominant gaze. She was the first to portray a culture of strong, independent female character in film noir. It depicts the universal attractiveness and power which characterizes her whole career. Blake Edwards directs the longest piece of cinematic pie fighting involving Natalie Wood that spans more than 5 days. The scene with hundreds of pies was an elaborate one that actors got knocked out in. The outcome was 4 minutes of pleasurable slapstick magic that people appreciated. Paul Newman takes his time in the set as one of the most rogue prisoners in the cinema. The movie provided us with the well-known phrase of communication breakdown. His character of Luke was one of the most iconic career-defining roles. Gary Cooper was a man with strong qualities and a natural presence, which is why he suited Western heroes. Cecil Beaton has portrayed the masculine beauty of this actor in this studio portrait. This picture depicts an early portrait of a future star that was going to control Hollywood. James Dean is sitting in a window of a furniture store watching people walk by on the outside. He questioned what it was to be on exhibition. This is an experimental moment which showed that he was interested in fame and being always observed. Paul Newman's stunning blue eyes and natural charisma shine through in this casual outdoor photograph. He took breaks from intense work to recharge at his East Coast home. These quiet moments helped him maintain balance despite overwhelming fame. Vivien Leigh, as Scarlett O'Hara, stands between two suitors in Gone with the Wind's opening. George Reeves would later become famous as Superman on television. This captures the making of one of cinema's most beloved Oscar-winning classics. Two brave technicians worked dangerously close to a live lion, creating the famous MGM logo. The roar was captured for the symbol shown before movies for generations. The crew risked safety to create movie magic audiences saw worldwide. Catherine Deneuve holds a cigarette elegantly while David Bailey captures her beauty for Vogue. Smoking was considered stylish in magazine photography during this era. Her cool blonde elegance made her one of cinema's most iconic international faces. Paul Newman chats with Princess Margaret at an elegant charitable fundraiser in New York. Both were known for dedication to important causes helping others. The photograph captures two famous figures using celebrity for good. Joanne Woodward and Paul Newman enjoy a playful moment on ice skates during their film production. Their genuine love made them Hollywood's most admired couple for decades. This shows the natural chemistry lasting their entire marriage. Rita Hayworth prepares backstage for her legendary black glove striptease scene in Gilda. Her performance would cement her status as the ultimate Hollywood love goddess. This captures her before she made unforgettable movie history. Young Marilyn Monroe's girl-next-door quality, mixed with obvious sensuality, captivated everyone from the start. She was perfecting the image that would make her the world's biggest icon. This shows her natural charm before fame transformed everything. Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland take a break amidst the shooting in their swashbuckling adventure movie. The two actors became good friends with each other as they appeared in 8 movies together. They were ideal romantic heroes because of their sporting ability and attractiveness. The intensive look and flawless makeup of Joan Crawford were the epitome of the movie star image of the golden era. George Hurl was a specialist in the making of the stars appear perfect in black and white. This demonstrates the reason why Crawford was a star in 40 years. Sharon Tate sits in advertisement photos as her career hits off in Hollywood. Owing to her ethereal beauty and sweet personality, everyone loved her. This is the brilliance of her optimism in an era of hope and promise. Natalie Wood and Warren Beatty come to the Oscars as a headlining couple. They were both in the top of their beauty and fame during the early 60s. Their love affair would keep the fans and gossip columnists glued to their every move. Harry Belafonte and Dorothy Dandridge made all the roles they were presented in dignified and excellent ways. The struggle they had was to oppose Hollywood, which had few opportunities to offer actors of color at this time of discrimination. This depicts two innovators which opened the doors in the future generations. Frank Sinatra and his Rat Pack friends relax in a steam room in a Las Vegas hotel following a performance. The band was innovative in the entertainment industry through relaxed and cool performances, filling the houses every night. The Heiress premiere at Fox Carthay Circle Theatre in 1949 with Olivia de Havilland and Montgomery Clift. The movie garnered 8 nominations and 4 wins at the Academy Awards, including Best Actress of de Havilland. In the year 1929, the Blossom Room of the Hollywood Roosevelt is filled with the first Academy Awards banquet. This historic gathering marked the Academy's 2nd anniversary with a private dinner ceremony. It was the beginning of Hollywood's most prestigious tradition. Santa Claus Lane. Christmas Parade transforms Hollywood Boulevard with festive floats, marching bands, and artificial snow. Claudette Colbert poses beside her Christmas wreath on Vine Street, while ornamental tree lamps light the boulevard. In 1944, Spencer Tracy, Bette Davis, and Jack LaRue are serving turkey to servicemen at the Hollywood Canteen. Dinah Shore spends Thanksgiving Day with soldiers, and the canteen serves them free food and entertainment. This was the best home front work done by Hollywood, which contributed to the enlisted men in the war. Danny Kaye plays the Hollywood Canteen, where there were thousands of volunteers who performed their time. In 1942, the place was opened by Bette Davis, John Garfield, and Dr. Jules Stein as an exclusive club of enlisted men. More than 3 million of the servicemen had gone to the Cahuenga Boulevard premise prior to its closure in 1945. In 1928, a woman is drinking soda outside the giant dog-shaped sandwich shop of Barkey on Beverly Boulevard. Gwen Lee is sitting in the Sphinx Realty office on Fairfax Avenue, which is meant to draw the attention of passing motorists. Their charming, playful, programmatic buildings were a craze in Southern California in the 1920s and 30s. Hollywood Forever Cemetery had its start with 100 acres owned by the Gower family that was sold to F.W. Samuelson in 1899. It was in its grand mausoleums that pioneer families, movie stars, and major citizens could find their eternal abode. In 1921, Mercury Aviation at the DeMille Field located at Wilshire Boulevard and Fairfax Avenue, Good Sam captures a variety of modes of transportation. There are oil derricks, a blimp, the newest cars, and all kinds of planes that occupy the free space. Bathing beauties are pictured in the year 1921 in the location of Rogers Field at Wilshire and Fairfax Boulevard on Promoting Pictures. These photogenic women were originally put together by Mack Sennett and were featured in early comedies and studio events. Vern Farquhar stands inside his Hollywood tire shop on Hollywood Boulevard in 1923, building a trusted reputation. His shop later moved to Sunset Boulevard, where he consulted with water truck drivers and community members. Streetcars and trains made Hollywood's growth possible in its first 70 years of existence. The interurban rail system connected real estate, tourism, and the motion picture industry to their audiences. Sightseeing excursions showcased newly platted subdivisions while helping residents commute to Los Angeles jobs. In 1908, Hollywood baseball teams were playing on local fields, and sandlot games and organized leagues were thriving. In 1939, Gilmore Field was opened adjacent to Farmers Market with a seating capacity of nearly 13,000, where the Hollywood stars would play. The Hollywood Studio Club was a 1215 Lodi place that offered chaperoned accommodation to young ladies in the film business. It was operated by the YWCA and accommodated 10,000 women between 1916 and 1975, including the Marilyn Monroe and Sharon Tate. Dieta Wilcox hired female citizens to establish institutions that provided intellectual and creative sources to Hollywood towards the turn of the century. In 1905, the Woman Club Hollywood was formed by 20 women who went ahead to create the Hollywood Library, Bowl, and High School. In 1905, Immaculate Heart High School and College had been established on a hillside on the western and Franklin sides that was covered in mustard flowers. The Sisters of Immaculate Heart of Mary constructed a mission-style novitiate where young women of the entire Southern California were educated. In 1909, on the wooded grounds of Charles Hanchet, La Brea Avenue, 1749, the Hollywood School to Girls was established. Louise Napon headed the outdoor school, which focused on art, college preparation, and physical growth at kindergarten to high school. Students also featured Jean Harlow, Carol Lombard, and the DeMille sisters before the Depression caused its closure. The Mrs. Jane's School was started in 1911 when the three sisters started classes in their home, which was a Queen Anne Victorian house. 15 students grew to over 2,000 during 15 years, educating Hollywood's pioneer children outdoors and on spacious porches. Aline Barnsdall purchased Olive Hill in 1919 for her ambitious arts complex with panoramic Cahuenga Valley views. Frank Lloyd Wright designed Hollyhock House, incorporating her favorite flower into abstract motifs throughout the residence. Barnsdall donated the property to Los Angeles by 1927, creating a public park and World Heritage Site. Griffith J. Griffith donated 3,000 acres to Los Angeles in 1896 as a place of recreation for the masses. His will funded a Greek theater and observatory to provide art and education within the park. Today, the landmark historic district includes the zoo, museums, carousel, golf courses, and hiking trails. In 1930, the Greek Theater was opened in Vermont Canyon, and it was modeled after a Greek temple where amphitheaters were installed. Samuel Tilden Norton and other architects designed seats to seat close to 4,000 patrons at the lower section, which were made at only $1. Griffith Observatory was established May 14, 1935, on top of the Mountain Hollywood through a design by Art Deco under John Austin and Frederick Ashley. The Astronomical Telescope, Hall of Science, and Planetarium that are open to free public viewing were funded by the bequest in the amount of $100,000 given by Griffith. In 1920, Christine Wetherill Stevenson, who became the owner of the Pilgrimage Play performances in the front of the bowl, bought 29 acres of the Weed Estate. Bernard Maybeck made the Judaically themed stage where the scenes of the life of Christ attracted the audiences every 8 weeks a year. In 1941, the Pilgrimage Play Theater was given to Los Angeles County and served as a venue to hold concerts and classical performances. A 1964 lawsuit terminated religious performances, and the house kept hosting Jazz Star and theatrical performances. It was renamed after Supervisor John Anson Ford in 1976 and continues to be one of the most ancient performing arts theaters in LA. The Hollywood Bowl was opened in 1921 when the Theater Arts Alliance purchased 50 acres of land in the Daisy Dell Canyon. In 1925, Arthur Mason Carter held Easter sunrise services and symphonies under the stars that attracted 15,000 people. In 1924, the Pantages Theater opened June 4, 1930 at Hollywood and Vine as the Boulevard's last and largest movie palace. B. Marcus Priteca designed the stunning Art Deco interior with 2,700 seats and exquisitely patterned surfaces throughout. Alexander Pantages built his theatrical empire's crown jewel before the 1929 crash scaled back office tower plans. The ornate lobby features frosted glass chandeliers, sweeping staircases, and a magnificent ceiling that left critics speechless. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on anything.